this is really, to me,
15, 1, 2.
yep, this to me is the heart of the story. You already dealt with catastrophe once, and you kind of felt like, all right, now we're back on our feet.
Yeah, we felt like we were on the uphill climbing the mountain. We felt like we were on our way to the top. And then your responsibility on some big corporation, here we are back knocked down on our feet again.
What's that like when it's some force out of your control undercutting your business?
Yeah, it frustrates you and makes you angry, but then I mean there's not really anything you can do about it. You just have to sit back and hold your, and take a deep breath in and figure out how you're gonna defeat it.
Any, is there any difference for you? Katrina, act of God. The oil spill, act of negligence.
Right. It's hard to put into words what you feel, especially when you're friends with people in the local community and you see how it's impacted their families. There's people down here that are in the fishing industry that can't even put food on the table. It kind of makes my problems a lot smaller than.
But everybody's problems are serious to them. So let me ask you to get your arms around. How bad is it because of this spill?
The golf side of the business, it's if we can somehow right now let everybody know that the oil is not affecting the golf course, it's not affecting the restaurants, it's not affecting our casinos, that you can still come down here and enjoy yourself, have a wonderful time, and play some of the best golf courses in the South. We can overcome this. It's getting that message out. If we can't get that message out, it's going to be detrimental to us this year.
Is there any, if you were only dealing, if you had only dealt with the spill, that would have been enough. The fact that it came on the heels of Katrina, then it becomes a backbreaker.
It is a backbreaker, but you learn a lot of lessons when you go through one catastrophe, so it helps you get through another one when it comes in. It doesn't make it any easier, but you can kind of accelerate the process.
What do you think the number one thing is you learned from Katrina? What's the number one thing you learned from Katrina that you can apply now?
Well, it's number one thing is it's all about your attitude. Number one, because if you hang your head down and think that the world's over with, and it's just you got to overcome the adversity. You got to find creative ways to build your business. So you got to find new ideas. You got to find ways to get that door open and shut. That's the way you get through it.
Have you come up with anything for this one yet?
Not yet. We're working on it. And I'm going to keep that a secret. I've got some competition around here.
But you think you actually won't even know how bad things are until after Labor Day?
Right. Until the fall snowbirds start coming in, and the bookings are different than they have been traditionally. People are booking out more like a month and 2 months out than they used to plan more ahead, and I think that's because of the oil spill. It's more of a financial deal, but once we get closer to the fall, we'll have more of an idea of it. Like I said, just remaining positive. We're trying to get the message out. Hey, oil's not all over the place. We still have great seafood. We still have great golf. And come down here and let's play some golf.
Would I have recognized this course after Katrina?
If you saw this golf course after Katrina, and you would not recognize it now, whereas it's a totally different property.
Because it's gorgeous out here.
Right. We've gone through some massive renovation over the last 3 years.
You ever look at the sky and think it's enough already?
You do. We went from 2.5 stars with the Golf Digest. We just recently rated 4 stars. So it's tough. It's tough. It really is.
When April 20th happened, you're watching the news. You think, here we go again. Did you know immediately you were in trouble?
did know immediately because you did when it exploded. I personally didn't know because I didn't realize how underdeveloped deep water drilling was. You know, I would think ethically that I would be held accountable for the way that I do business. That's what makes us mad, and what's so frustrating is that there should have been safety precautions in place, and that should never have happened. So I actually have a lot of members here at the club that are in the oil fields that work on the rigs, man the rigs. And I've got one of my members who actually is one of the manager of the rigs, and talking to them and getting them explaining what happened. It's just irresponsible.
Matt, are we roughly in the neighborhood here?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're in pretty good shape. Let's go one more question for you. Wait for that motorcycle. When Katrina came through, you knew immediately, oh my goodness. When the well exploded, you didn't know that day that you were going to have an impact to you.
And what the problem with Katrina was an immediate. You knew right then and there after it was over with, we've got a huge problem. We've got a huge problem. We've got to find a way to get this place back up and running. We've got to find a way to do it quick. With the oil spill, it's a slow process. It took a couple months for us to even see the signs of the oil spill. Just here within the last couple of weeks, they've shut down going out to Ship Island, which is right off the coast of here, and right now we're just now starting to see that kind of stuff.
And when that happens, then there's a whole domino effect with public relations.
Right.
Then people outside the area are like, oh my goodness gracious, you can't go to the Gulf Coast of Mississippi.
Right. They've got oil all over their beaches, their seafood's contaminated. It's just a whole negative image.
None of which is true.
Not at all. It's not true.
So how do you fight that?
You just kind of, that's a great question. We're still trying to figure out how to do that. All we can do is just market, try and reach out to people and let them know. We offer, it's a great place to come. It's just great. We have great seafood, great restaurants, and great golf.
Place for golf. All right, can you make a note of that last little saying, and we're just going to get some wider shots. And it's great. Really appreciate your time.